Summer is far from over, guys, and listen, your summer rotation may just need a little brightening up. Well, if that's the case, I may just have the perfect option for you, so let's find out. It's the Jordan 1 UNC. Here we have the box, pretty much exactly the same as any other Jordan 1 high box. You're getting all over black with the red branding plastered all over it. So let me pop this open and take a look at today's crispy clean pair of summer sneakers. And that's the Jordan 1 Low UNC. Now, also included in the box with the sneakers is actually something I've never seen Jordan Brand do before, and that's the extra laces being included in this little box thing. So it literally says shoelaces on it, and once you open it up, you get, you guessed it, the shoelaces. This is actually really cool. I like the idea of it. It actually feels and looks more premium as opposed to the little plastic bag that's hanging off the side. So technically, these are not the UNC Jordan 1 Lows. They are actually being called by Nike the black and dark powder blue, which I feel like is a mouthful and a little bit too on the nose. However, calling these things UNC is technically not right either, because if you take a look at an actual UNC colored pair of sneakers and you compare the blue, it's a pretty big difference. I'm actually surprised at how toned down that UNC color is compared to these. These are actually pretty vibrant and definitely have a pop. So I think let's just call these the powder blue. That just makes a little bit more sense than black and dark. Let's just forget all of that. Let's call these powder blue. Naming off to the side, let's talk about the release information for this pair of sneakers. These actually dropped today, July the 29th, and that was only here in the UK and the EU. You guys out in the US, apparently you're only going to be getting these at the tail end of September on the 28th, which just seems like ages away. Now, Nike dropped these in both men's and women's sizes, and they retail for a whopping £135 here in the UK or $130 out in the US. Is it just me, or is that like one of the quickest price hikes I've seen in a long time? Like, wasn't the Mystique Navies just £125 and like any other Jordan 1 Low before that, $115? Either way, at least these are not reselling for anything ridiculous. Like, I think if you take a look at the aftermarket, they're going for like a tad over the retail price, so at least that's a good thing. So we get it. Inflation is going in on these sneakers, but what are we getting for that price? What is the materials like? Because I know when I first saw the like leaked images of this sneaker, I was super excited. I was like, yo, the color blocking is on point, the colors look really cool, but are the materials going to be good? Well, after getting these in hand, giving them a little toe box press test and everything, I gotta say the materials are pretty much just in the middle. Like, it's nothing terrible, but it's also nothing amazing by any means. You do have some different feeling material, I will say, like for example, all of this black leather that you find around the toe box box acting as the mudguard, moving up into the eye stays. That feels a little bit more premium. It's slightly tumbled and feels a bit softer. However, all of the white leather panels on here, that's the toe box, the medial and the lateral, it feels pretty standard. It's nothing too soft, and it definitely feels like it's got a heavy coating. Same thing goes for the back tab. This powder blue color also feels like very average leather quality. Now, by the way, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this leather material that's on here. I think it is just pretty standard for a Jordan 1. So if you're a Jordan 1 connoisseur, this is what you pretty much expect. Now, I must say, I am somewhat surprised by the hype on these. Like, I get it, Jordan 1s are not as hyped as they are before, we're in a market crash, whatever, all of these different things we have discussed in the past. Even the fact Travis has been doing his thing on the Jordan 1 lows, and he's even got like a couple colorways upcoming in the future, I just expected a little bit more hype for these. Like, the hype just feels a little bit lackluster considering, I mean, this is an OG cut pair of Jordans. Now, I don't know if you know this, but not all Jordan 1 lows are created equal. You get the Jordan 1 lows that typically come with much worse leather quality. They have the Jumpman on the tongue and the slightly bigger Wings logo on the bottom of the shoe. And then you have this, which is called the OG cut. So you have the Wings logo up here on sort of the back tab, of course the Nike logo here, and generally speaking, it's just literally a low cut pair of Jordan 1s. And usually all of that translates to more hype for the silhouette, but hey, listen, we're in a different time now. Personally, I couldn't be happier that these things aren't reselling. Like, I really wanted this colorway for summertime, and hey, look, I managed to get a pair. Thankfully, it was for retail. I didn't have to struggle and asking around resellers. You could make a case that these are somewhat reminiscent to the Obsidian colorway of the Jordan 1 High. I mean, I don't know if that's a stretch or not, but kind of. But listen, if you missed out on the drop, you still have that option to pull the trigger later on down the line, and these won't cost you an arm and a leg. I think the colorway is sick and a perfect option for, again, your summer rotation. If you were looking for a low-cut sneaker, I think this is a really good option to have. Let's talk about sizing real quick. I actually go true to size. That's the same for Jordan 1 lows, Jordan 1 highs, so that's what I'm going to recommend to you guys. They seem to fit just fine. Boat pair, one that I'm super excited about, and of course I would love to know your opinion on these. Do you like them? Is this something you went for? If you're out in the US, I'm sorry you guys have to wait so long, but it is what it is. Either way, guys, that wraps it up for today's video. Thank you so much for coming through, hanging out for yet again another one. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one, but until then.